42 old-fashioned frugal living tips you should try today. Make free entertainment. Going to the movies or a show is an easy way to have fun, but it comes at a cost. In the old ways of life, there was a lot to do for fun, but it was done in an old-fashioned way. They created their own shows, told stories, and listened to the radio. All are basically free. Maintain and repair your own house. Learn how to fix anything in your house on your own. Replace the front stairs, fix the lights, and repair the faulty faucet. Buy second-hand items. Most companies and online stores sell gently used household items such as furniture, appliances, apparel, purses, and accessories. Second-hand shopping is a great way to save money without losing quality. Use soap bars. It's possible that bar soap became popular in the past because plastic wasn't readily available then. Since soap bars are far more cost-effective than liquid soap, they fit old-fashioned, frugal lifestyles well. Reuse yogurt and cottage cheese plastic containers. My childhood memory of taking leftovers and putting them in a butter tub to give to family members is one thing that I cherish. Reuse anything you can. Use old towels to make a bath rug. Bath mats tend to be rather expensive. Make a braided rug out of any old towels you have lying around. Wear clothes more than once if they aren't dirty. There are a lot of us who don't get our clothes dirty. Working and sitting at a desk doesn't make you sweat. By working from home and wearing an apron, clothes will stay cleaner. Most people's clothes last for 2 days. Use both sides of the paper. Many parents are accustomed to requiring young children to color on both sides of the paper before discarding it. However, do you persist in following the same format when composing inventories and notes? Use the back of envelopes for your lists. A couple of months ago, it was the first time I ever ran out of scrap paper. I like to save money, so instead of getting a notebook, I've saved letterbacks to build up my scrap paper stock. These are just the right size for food lists and lists of things to do. Reuse gift wrap. Large gifts need a substantial amount of gift wrap. The practice of reusing these large wraps was common among people of previous generations. The phrase waste not, want not comes to mind. Create custom gift tags. In this modern world, I like being a little bit old-fashioned. Like my mother and grandmother did, I make my own gift tags. I cut up old Christmas cards and then use scissors called pinking shears to cut them into interesting shapes and sizes. Build your furniture. Choose your desired outcome, and then get some lumber. Build a small bed or your table. Compared to purchasing a mattress from a large box retailer, pine planks will cost less and have higher quality. Use old rags instead of paper towels. Make rags out of old blankets or towels by cutting them up into smaller pieces. If you have a disgusting mess that has to be cleaned up, you won't feel as awful about dumping out the old rug. Make your own cards. Cards that are crafted by hand are unique, but may be rather expensive. Try producing your cards the old-fashioned way by using fragments and leftover pieces from other people's cards. The more imaginative you are, the more unique the card will be. Use traditional natural remedy. There are numerous over-the-counter medicines whose ingredients originate in nature. Thus, it makes sense to return to these time-tested treatments. A cough may be soothed by drinking hot water with a tablespoon of honey. Chicken soup might help you recover from a cold. Live in a small house. Grandma's way of life doesn't include moving into a bigger home every few years. Purchase a home and make it your own. Mortgage payments and relocation expenses will be cut by thousands. Try venting some clean air in your house. Traditionally, homes would be filled with the fragrance of freshly cut flowers from the garden. If you don't have a flower garden, you may get the same effect by opening a window and letting in some fresh air. Wear an apron. Keep your clothes from getting dirty, greasy, or bleached. This comes from personal experience. Grandma always had an apron on. Clean out the zipper bags and use aluminum foil gently. If they aren't too dirty, there's no reason why you can't clean them and use them again. Be careful with zip bags that have raw meat in them. Stop using disposable bags and containers. Buy jars, bowls, and plates made of glass that have lids. Stop using those Glad containers once, and then you throw your money away. Make a frugal pantry. A frugal pantry has the things you use most. It's also a skill to make a cheap meal from the things in your pantry. Get this one down as soon as you can. Open windows or wear a sweater. Leave out the cooling and heating. Reduce your workload during the hottest time of the day, and if possible, let your body adjust to the temperature. Reduce your utility costs. Work out for free. There are many things you can do at home or outside to stay fit. YouTube has a lot of lessons on how to keep healthy. You can choose from HIIT, newbies, full body, fitness, and senior exercise to name a few. Cancel cable. Our grandparents did not possess televisions, let alone cable, Amazon Prime, Netflix, and other streaming services. You could go old school and get rid of your television, but an alternative would be to cancel your cable service. Make door curtains. When it's windy, front and back doors can let in a lot of cold air. Our grandparents didn't have double or triple pane windows. They made thick curtains for doors and windows to stop the drafts. Use one light bulb. The easy way to cut energy costs is to use only one main light instead of 3 or 4 side lights in each room. Alternatively, if it's just you and a good book, turn off the main light and use your best side light. Read up on the old days. There are fictional novels that tell a good story about what it was like to live in the days of old. Then there are books that are full of tips on how to save money and stories about how the author did it. Those books in the description are a great way to get more in-depth guidance on how to live like the old days. Swap babysitting duties. Babysitting is expensive, and it can cost twice as much as a night out in the town. In the past, babysitting was done as a favor that was exchanged for another favor rather than for money. My mom was in a babysitting circle. They exchanged tokens for favors, so it didn't have to be strictly between two households. Use cloth nappies, diapers. Disposable diapers are very easy to use but are expensive and bad for the environment. Our grandparents had no choice. The only option was to use cloth diapers. In addition, the same diapers were passed down from one child to the next, making them a cost-effective option. Make liquid soap from bars. Soap bars are substantially more affordable than liquid soap. Make your own by dissolving a bar of soap in hot boiled water. Pay with cash. For me, using cash is preferable since it eliminates the possibility of getting into debt. Credit cards are a modern payment option that did not exist when most of the current population's grandparents were young. Cash was the only option. Save up for needs. Saving up for something you need and buying it may seem simple, but it works. This is what our parents and grandparents did when they were young. Buy now, pay later is very modern, but it's not a good idea if it means getting into debt. Make your own cleaning products. Cleaning products are highly priced. Utilize items like vinegar and baking soda. All of those chemicals are harmful to the environment and your body. Sun-dry your clothes. As long as your neighborhood has no restrictions, add a clothesline. Set up a drying rack on your back deck if one is prohibited. DIY your haircuts. Getting your hair done is a pleasant treat and a fun way for many individuals to spend a couple of hours. However, this does not come cheap. You may save a lot of money if you cut your hair or have your spouse or friend do it for you. Enjoy yourself while doing it. You may learn a lot by watching lessons on YouTube. Plant a garden. The most traditional thing you can do is grow your own food. You may grow some vegetables in pots on a balcony, even if you have a little space. Learn to preserve food. Saving money on groceries by canning or freezing what you cultivate or buy on sale is a solid long-term approach. Grow your flowers for bouquets instead of buying them. If you like the beauty and scent of fresh-cut flowers on your table, having a tiny patch of earth to grow your flowers, such as daisies, peonies, or even roses, may bring you a lot of delight. Walk more. I'm just as guilty as you are of hopping in the vehicle for a short trip, typically justifying it by stating that I don't have time. Our grandparents didn't have cars and didn't mind walking a couple of miles to the store and back. Walking is a great way to get exercise, and it's free. Save money and get more exercise by leaving the car at home for short trips. Sew your own patches. If you have clothes that need a small fix or a new button, don't throw them away. Instead, fix them and give them more use. In the past, living cheaply meant fixing things and making do with what you had. Reuse plastic containers. If your food is packaged in a plastic container, look for ways to reuse it. Milk containers can be reused in a variety of ways. Large yogurt containers with closures, ice cream canisters, and margarine containers are ideal for preserving leftovers. Make use of what you have. If there are any ingredients the recipe asks for that you don't have, try replacing the next best thing. To avoid food waste later on, use replacement ingredients carefully and taste your dish as you go. If you like this video, consider giving us a like and subscribe for more content.